Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Dr. Muhammad Muslihuddin, going to explain the poetry section, namely Sharrun wa Khairun, wise and virtue. And as it is mentioned, and you can see on the screen, intermediate first year 2021 and 22 academic year. Earlier, already I had explained many lessons. So today I'm going to teach and explain the lesson Sharrun wa Khairun. As it is mentioned here, this is the poetry section. First we will read word to word, then after translations, then summary. And what are the bits would be asked in the final examinations, already I mentioned earlier in my previous videos. So let's go to translate the poetry verses first. Here, as you can see, Sharrun wa Khairun. Shar means wise, wa and Khairun, virtue. So, on every verses, on every lines, there is a new nation, Tanween Zabar Zir Pesh. So it will be easy for you to read the verses of the poem. The first verse is Sharrul Maqali al Kadibu Khairul Khisali al Adab. Sharrul Maqal means worst talk. Al Kizb, to tell lies. Khairul Khisal means best habit is Al Adab, manners. So worst talk is to tell lies, and best habit is good manners. You can see the translation here. The worst talk is to tell lies. The best habit is good manners. This is the translation of first line. Then second line, Al-Bukhlu Aibun Fadihun. Al-Bukhlu, miserliness. Aibun is a fault. Fazihun, disgrace. So, translation is here, miserliness is disgrace. This is the translation of half line. Then after, wal judu sitrun salihun. Jud means generosity. Sitrun, shield. Salihun, faultless. So have a look here. And generosity is a faultless shield. Then third line is Al-Aqlu Qadhin Adilun. Aql means wisdom. Qadhin, judge. And Adil means fair. So wisdom is a fair judge. Have a look here. Wisdom is a fair judge. Wal ujubu, wow means and, ujub means, you can say, pride, boasting. Down, disease, qatilun, deadly. And pride is a deadly disease. Fourth one, al-umru dayfun rahilun. Al-umr, age. Dayf, guest. Rahilun, departing. Wal-mal, and wealth. Zillun, shade. Zailun, declining. So, age is a departing guest and wealth is a declining shade. Al-birru lil-hubbi sababun. Al-birr, doing good deeds. Lil-hubb, for love, attachment. Sabab, cause. Inna, indeed, certainly. Al-bakhil, miser. La yuhibbu, is never liked. So, virtue is the source of affection, love. Indeed, a miser is never liked. Taharatul akhlaqi. Taharat, cleanliness. Akhlaq, character. So, cleanliness of the character is min karamil a'raq. Karamil a'raq, noble one. So, cleanliness of the character is possessed by noble one. Karamul a'raq, noble one. Al-kizbu wan namimatu, telling lies and backbiting. Wal-ghadru, and deceive. Shar, bad, shima, habit. So, telling lies and backbiting and deceive to someone are good habits. Sorry, bad habits. Sharrun. Sharrun, bad. Khairun, good. Wa'ajil ila al-khayrat. Wa'ajil, do hasten. Ila, to, al-khayrat, good deeds. Min, from, hazr, disability, or here fear, hazar. And al-fawat means disability to do it. So, hasten to do good deeds. From the fear of disability to do it. Hasten to do good deeds for fear of your disability to do it. So, word to word, meaning and translations have been done. Now, some vocabularies are given here from the poetry lesson. So, sharrun, wise, khairun, virtue, al-maqal, talk, al-kidhb, lie, al-khisal, habits, al-bukhl, miserliness, fadihun, disgraceful, al-judu, generosity, sitrun, shield, da'un, al-aql, wisdom, qadin, judge, al-ujbu, pride, da'un, disease, rahilun, traveler, dhillun, shadow, za'ilun, declining, al-bakhil, miser, an-namimatu, backbiting, al-ghadru, deceit, shimatun, habit, i'jal, hasten, hadr, fear, al-fawat, disability, karamul a'raq, nobility of lineage. So, if you memorize this one, it will be helpful at the time of solving the SAQs, VSAQs, as well as at the time of doing translations of the verses of poems. Then after, combine the letters. This is practice session. Such a questions would not be asked in the final examinations. So, alif, lam, kaf, zal, ba are all separated. You have to combine. Kha, yara, khair, ain, yaba, aib, sad, alif, lam, ha, salihun, sitrun, al-bukhlu, al-kizbu, al-maqalu, al-adabu, al-judu, sharrun, al-khisal, fadihun. So these are given only for the practice. Then after, summary of the poem, Sharrun wa Khairun, summary. So very short summary is given here, and if you know the translation of the poem, you can write in your own words also, no problem. So this poem is written by very prominent classical Arabic poet known as Abul Itahiya. In this poem, the poet contrasts between vice and virtue. The poet compares. He says that the worst thing is lie and the best thing is good manner. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the lie guides to vice and vice guides to the hell, while the good manner is highly appreciable. The second line tells us that miserliness is very bad habit. Sometimes it humiliates a person, whereas generosity is a good habit because it hides many weaknesses of a person. Further, the poet says that wisdom is a fair judge. It helps a man to decide what he should do and what not to do. However, pride is a deadly disease. It ruins everything. In the next stanza, means line of the poem, the poet says that age is a departing guest. The guest is one who stays anywhere for a very short time. Wealth is just like a declining shadow. The further lines tell us that goodness is the cause of affection. When a person does a favor to anyone, he is loved by others. On the other hand, no one likes a miser person and desert character. Good manners and nobility are the sign of good family background. In contrast, lie, backbiting, or deceiveness are bad habits. Last two lines remind us that in all situations we must avoid doing anything in hurry, especially when we are very happy, because people take wrong decision on such occasions. But if we get an opportunity to do a work of charity, we must do it immediately. Now, give reference of the following. As you know, such a questions would be asked in the bit number 5th for 6 marks. So, reference al-aqlu qazin adilun wal-ujbu da'un qatilun. If you know from which lesson, which poem this line is taken, you have to answer in Arabic. Jawab means answer. Hada or hada ash-shi'ru min nashidi sharrun wa khayrun. This verse is taken from a poem, Wise and Virtue. So hada, this ash-shi'ru verse mean from Nasheed poem. Then another line, al-umru dayfun rahilun wal malu dhillun zailun. The age is a departing guest and wealth is a declining share. Already you know the line of poetry which we have read just now. So you can answer after copying this line on the answer sheet. You have to answer like this. هذا الشعر من نشيد شر وخير means this line is taken from the poem Wise and Virtue, Sharrun wa Khairun. So in this bit, which is bit number 5th, you will be given 6 marks. Then after, answer the following questions in Arabic. Questions will be given like that. In bit number 7, without numeration, without Zabar Pesh, without the English translations. So, before entering the examination hall, at home, at the college, you must to understand the questions first. Then after, answer will be easy. اذكر بعض الخصائل الحميدة المذكورة في الأنشودة. So mention, اذكر means mention, بعض some, الخصائل الحميدة, good habits, خصائل habit, المذكورة, which are mentioned في الأنشودة in the poem. Answer, الأدب والجود والبر. الأدب, good manners, Jud, generosity, Al-Bir, righteousness. So this is the question number 1, this is the answer number 1. Second question, Uzkur, mention, Ba'd al-Adat, some habits, Al-Mazmuma, bad. Fil Unshuda, in the poem. Answer is, Al-Kizbu wal-Bukhlu wal-Ghadru. Read carefully. Al-Kizbu, telling lies, wal-bukhlu, miserliness, wal-ghadru, and to deceive someone are the bad habits. Question number 3. Ma hiya risalatu sha'ir lil mukhatab. What is the message of the poet to the addressee? Al-Jawab. Risalatu sha'iri lil mukhatab an ya'mala amalan salihan. The poet advised to the addressee to do good deeds. أن يعمل عملا صالحا, to do good deeds. بماذا نصح الشاعر لمخاطبه. What advised the poet to addressee? نصح, advised. الشاعر, the poet. لمخاطبه, to the addressee. الجواب. نصح الشاعر, the poet advised لمخاطبه, to the addressee, للتعجيل إلى الخيرات, do expedite the good. Fifth one, min aina, from where? Taji'u, comes. Taharatul akhlaq, cleanliness of the character. Al-jawab. Taji'u, taharatul akhlaq, the cleanliness of the character, inherited. Min karamil araq, by noble one. So these are the SQs which will be asked in the final examinations in bit number 7, remember, for 6 marks. Then after, one word answer, which will be asked in the final examination in bit number 9 for 5 marks. There will be no any choice. Here also, first of all, you must know the meaning of the questions, then after, answer will be very easy. Without knowing the questions, it is not possible to answer. So answer the following questions in one word. Questions are in Arabic, which are translated here for your convenience. But in the final examinations, it would not be like that. Translations would not be given. You have to know the translation. So hal means, wherever you see hal, remember, answer will be most of the time 99.9% yes, na'am. So halil aqlu qazin adilun, is the wisdom fair judge? Hal means is here. Na'am, yes. Halil umru dayfun rahilun, hal means is. Umr, age, dayf, guest, rahilun, departing. Yes, na'am. Ayyu shay'in zailun, ayyu means which, shay, thing, zailun, declining. Al-mal, money, wealth. Ayyu shay'in sharru shimatin, which thing, if you know here also will be the same. Sharru shima, bad habit. Al-ghadru, betrayal. To deceive someone, to cheat someone is a bad habit. Ma huwa sababul mahabbati, what can bring love? What is the cause of affection and love? Al-birru, obedience, doing good deeds. So, for 5 marks, these questions will be asked in the final examinations in bit number 9. There will be no any choice. Then after, fill in the blanks. Al-umru dayfun rahilun, al-aqlu qazin adilun. Answer are given here. Al-birru lil-hubbi sababun, khayrul khisali al-adab. Inna al-bakhil la yuhibbu. So, al-bakhil lil-hubbi dayfun adilun al-adab. You have to take any word and you have to fill according to the blanks. But here answers are also given. So just memorize and read again and again the poetry lines. So next, match the following. Match the following would not be asked in the examinations. It is only for your betterment. Bain al-kalimat, match the following. Al-aqlu qazin adilun, al-bukhlu aybun fatihun, sharrul maqali al-kazib. So al-bukhlu aybun fatihun, wal-ujbu da'un qatilun. Sharrul maqali al-kazibu, khayrul khisali al-adab. Al-aqlu qazin adilun, wal-judu sidrun salihun. So like that, like that, like that. So if you memorize and read again and again the poetry verses, so it will be very easy to fill in the blanks and match the following. But match the following would not be asked in the final examinations. So I explained the word-to-word translation of the poem, and as well as a summary and SQs and VSQs. So from the poetry section, the fill in the blanks and match the following would not be asked. These two sections are here only for your practice. So don't worry about these fill in the blanks and match the following. But you have to put lot of efforts in the one word answer and short question and answer, as well as memorizing of 2 lines of the mentioned poem. So here I am going to conclude the lesson, my talk. Inshallah, we will meet again in other videos by explaining the new chapter, new lessons. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.